the search for answers continues, but for many Egyptians, there's little doubt as to what this means. They fear the country will find itself shunned by former friends and allies. Let's bring you some further analysis and insights on this developing story. I'm now joined here in our Nairobi studio by Captain John Mutungi, an aviation expert who was also involved in the investigation into the crash of a Kenya Airways aircraft in Abidjan 16 years ago. Captain, thank you so much for joining us. Egyptian authorities have in the past couple of hours now just reported the finding of a new debris from this EgyptAir plane. From your experience, what are the likely steps to be taken from this point on?
Once debris is found, like we believe it has been found, it's a question of putting the pieces together and work backwards to find out what happened. But that is not the end result. First, they have to determine whether this debris resulted from an explosion at high altitude or low altitude, but that will be determined by going through the flight data recorder.
Now, of course, early sort of speculation has pointed to the possibility that this may have been a terror attack. Do you agree with this analysis? And what kind of evidence might the investigators look for to support this theory?
I think it's a bit too early to say that, but it's a possibility. There are a lot of things that could lead to an explosion. And a few years ago, not a long time ago, maybe 3 years ago, it would have been assumed one aeroplane that crashed out of Dubai was a bomb explosion. The investigation found it was actually lithium batteries which were in that cargo flight, which led to that. Yeah.
But what's quite disturbing is that this incident is taking place just, about 6 months after a Russian airliner was downed in Egypt once again. We've also seen the hole in the fuselage of a commercial plane in Somalia. At this point, one needs to worry about safety against potential terror attacks. What more does the aviation industry need to do?
Right now, the world is working on safety, especially when it comes to external threat. And initially, people were not happy about it. When you're going to take a flight, you go through a lot of checks. And when it happens with all those controls in place, everybody wonders what actually happened. Because there are a lot of things that can go wrong. It could be a terror attack, could be anything. Some things could be assumed harmless. But because of lack of experience, they might turn dangerous, being in the flight, and people keep on discovering new things every day. Like the lithium batteries were not an issue. Now they are an issue. So they keep on being discovered every day.
I suppose we learn from each incident. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, the controls are there. Yeah.
Thanks very much, Captain John Mutungi, for that analysis and joining us here in our Nairobi studio.